Hello. Now, okay, now can you hear me? Can you hear me? Say yes. Okay. Oh, so anyway, I'm on my lunch break from Intuit TurboTax, and I go back at 2:30. So, but no, I'm not really a night owl. It's just the fact that I tend to come on in the evenings because usually I'm working and I usually don't just jump on here, and I don't know because so many people are used to me being on in the night, in the evening time. That's why I don't really go and do it in the evening. Now I do watch videos, YouTube sometimes while I'm at my desk, but I usually just make videos in the evening because working during the day. But since I'm on a break, well, taking my lunch break, 30 minutes, then I come back, and pretty much that's about it. And of course, April is coming ahead. I can't believe it's almost going to be April. And I don't know what's going to happen. If this time it's going to actually end in April, or are they going to be, still needing help? Because obviously they still hiring additional people, and it's so many people probably using TurboTax or trying to follow a line by themselves. People ain't got the money, so they trying to figure it out themselves, and that's kind of creating, like, not so much all hands on deck, but oh god, the people, they're just like, I don't understand. If you come in calling me or in the chat asking for help, and I'm saying, okay, can you go back to this section and let's go over this section? What they got to do with, you know, your whole thing wrong from top to bottom, everything else. And people just like, oof. Some people I just kind of like, you know what? You would think being in the chat would be so easy, but it's not. Now, I ain't saying being on the phone is any better either, because, see, you get some of these smart aleck people to act like they know it all, and you don't know, and no, I understand exactly what you asked. You stated about 1099 ins, which is interest, and they want to go back. It's like it's not all the time, but you get these certain kind of people. My husband, they're a man. My husband, I don't understand that. That's a whole new topic. I don't understand LGBTQWYZ. The minute they get marriage rights, they want to stress that. And my husband, ooh, and it's so, I hate it, particularly when you hear it more so with them. I'm gonna point the color what color is this? Men. You know, they to be the main one. They want to stress that. Who gives a fuck? See, now I start to understand why people of conservative viewpoints think the way they think. Now I know people say, "Girl, you wrong for saying that. Why you shouldn't be saying that." And whatever. And but see, they be the main one that you need to watch out for. They be the main one marching up and down Peachtree Street. Gay rights, we need right, but they be the most racist people too. Let me tell you, and that's a whole new that's a whole new video altogether. You know, I don't. It's just you sit up in here, and I ask the question. That no, not talk about. That is what you asked me. That's what that is. 1099 interest. Well, at least know it all. Um, Look, they think they know it all, and then they always try to degrade you Like, I don't know what the hell man, that's what I say. Right up in my mind. Because I could give a fuck. You owe the IRS in the state of California a whole bunch of money and you make six figures. Ooh, they'd be the main ones. You know? When you use the software, that's why we got an option that if you want us to do it, we got full service. Someone will do your tax return, download your documents, and someone would do it line by line and do everything for you. But if I'm sitting here trying to help you and show you and tell you what's wrong, don't be like, that's not right, that's not true. Man, fuck you. You know, it's like they act like back in the day, hey, your pleasure. They act like back in the day when they didn't have no software to compute your returns, you had to get that big ass book, thick book, paper, pen, and you had to fill that out by hand. All forms you had to do by hand. People act like you're not doing no calculations or nothing. All you're doing is entering the numbers. What that got it? Well, let's go back to the beginning on the profile where it asks you some questions. What that got to do with me going putting in my schedule, sir? Because if you answer the questions, it's going to guide you to the section in the forms that's needed. That's why it was built in that way. It asks you personal questions. Do you have a small business? Are you self-employed? Are you in college? Did you sell a home? Did you buy a home? You know, it asks all the questions that you could. Did you get a Schedule K1? It asks those questions for a reason. So people just get straight on to they was want to enter numbers. They know what the hell they entering. And then I said, well, do you have the form 433, whatever? You know, no. Then why there's a reason why I'm asking. Then you say, let's go back from the beginning so we could check our entries and look at well, what that got to do? The biggest and the whole shit was wrong. Not just one. You made this fool I just got off the phone with maybe an hour ago had about every single thing from top to bottom was wrong. Schedule K, the 1099 miscellaneous, Schedule E, which is rental income. All this stuff was wrong left and right. But you asking me why? Well, what that got to do? It got everything to do with it. You know, then the people try to make up these fraudulent ass numbers. And let me tell you, all these people are a trip. I don't mind doing the job that I do because I really like it. But I can't stand when people just act plain as stupid. We're not even asking you for nothing. I says, okay, it's asking you for your name, your address. People, name and address, social security number. You answer, most of the time it's asking you yes, no. Then I sit there, I read it. I'm not even saying nothing. I'm just reading everything what you say on your screen. Well, according to this, I'm looking at the screen and I'm reading it. People are just so click, go fast. I said, slow down, take your time, and don't let it be one of these dumbass millennial. Or I wouldn't even say if they're millennials at this point because millennials are like 30s to about 40 something. These people who are younger, Robinhood, want to be invest in Robinhood. They says they got 13 cents in the loss. Man, you better keep that damn 13 cents in your fucking pocket. They just, I'm like, don't get stuff you don't know. That's what I always say. Don't get things you don't understand. And it's by reading. It just kills me. A lot of the things is all about sitting down, taking your time, and reading. And literally, how you got two W-2? How you got one W-2? Oh, no, better yet, this other guy last night, I was like, you know what? We're going to hurry up and get the hell off this because I had to do a little powwow thing with the team. It's like a little 15, 20-minute break that we get at 10:10 to 10:25, even though we go over. So I just hang up there and ride the clock. We go over, we go over. And why this person, he does Lyft. He did Lyft and Uber last year for a couple months. You asked me, I did a rental for 2 months and I want to know how I report it. I said, okay, did you keep track of your miles? You could either report your miles or your expenses, such as oil change, gas, everything, anything related to doing ride sharing. But what about I need to get the rental? I just answer your fucking question. Did you deduct the miles or you deduct the expense? Did you keep track of your gas receipts and everything? You can only do one or the other. I'm telling you what to do. Then I even told him, oh, I did. I said, well, how long have you been doing ride sharing? You just started last year in the summer for 2 months. I did it for 3-4 years, and I'm telling, oh, I did ride sharing too. Now I ain't being a bitch, right? This is all in the chat. I said, okay, and I remember the person's name too. Okay, Christopher. Once you enter the 1099, did you get unemployment? I'm asking you these questions, telling you you cannot deduct miles and expenses. You have to choose. I said, did you keep track of your miles? You ain't kept track of no miles. Did you keep track of what you spent when you got the rental car on the gas and everything? You ain't got a couple of that. But then you arguing with me. But you want to do what you want to do. He want to do what he want to do. And even after I stated, okay, Christopher, and the IRS is looking at things like that. I'm trying to help you and tell you. But you trying to argue, it's not so much if you don't understand. I understand if you just don't know, you confused. But when someone says you could only deduct the miles while you was in the rental car, or you could write off anything you spent on the gas. Did you use the car for personal use? I'm asking you these questions, and you're like, "Well, I ain't had no car, and I ain't had no car, and I had to get a rental, and I ain't ended it." Ain't answer no what damn to the question that I'm asking you. That's not what I'm not asking about your circumstances or why you're doing Uber and Lyft and all that kind of crap. I'm asking, did you use your other car for personal use? If you did, you only calculate during the time and the percentage of time that you use your car. Why are you arguing with me? We are just the software company that does the return. We're not the IRS. I just don't understand. People think TurboTax and H&R Block, they're not the IRS. They're just a service that you use to file your tax return, and you just fill out the information and you just answer questions and you submit it. But see, some people want to be con artists. See, that's the problem. One black guy, the first time anybody ever cursed at me on that TurboTax. He lived in, you know what? He was from New York. He had to file New York and Georgia and file federal. He called about last year. I didn't fucking get my 5,000. I said, sir, did you owe any child support or student loans? You cursing at me because the state of New York finally caught up to your black ass and took the refund from your state, and you want to know, well, and that's all I had to know. I already knew. I said, sir, okay. Daquan or whatever the fuck his name is. Let me give you the number to Financial Management Services, FMS. You can call them on Monday and they'll tell you who you owed. See, when I started mentioning, you talk about 2019 tax return and why you didn't get your 5,000 something. So I said, did you owe child support? Did you owe anything like student loans, or did you owe any state or any federal, any state agency? See, that dumb nigga got quiet. He was like, after I gave him the number, tell him he need to call, and they will tell him which agency he owed. Most likely, probably child support. Stupid ass. Then he gonna get all quiet. You cursing? I ain't taking that. No, this is what he said. I ain't taking out on you. I said, but yet I'm hearing you cursing my ears though, and I said it too. I said, but yet you cursing and letting me, and I don't need to hear that. Something to that nature that I told him. I said, we didn't need to get ourselves in all in high blood pressure, cursing and carrying on the phone with me because so and so, I didn't do it. So we don't, I mean, he would just came off like, what the fuck is my fucking man? I'm like, and I didn't say, please refrain from cursing. I just said, I understand you upset. But then when someone says, oh, I'm not cursing at you, you are cursing at me because I'm hearing it. So how you saying you ain't cursing at me unless your inner voice cursing in your inside, and I can hear it from the inside from of you. Otherwise, I ain't cursing. I said, well, you know what? Well, it's you telling me, and I'm hearing it. So you're cursing at me. It ain't me. But that fool got real quiet real quick when he realized that's what happened. You had a child support, or you had a judgment against you, and then he come. I already know the scenario. Your dumb black ass ran up and people say, "How you know he black?" Trust me, you could hear it in the voice. You know, hood rat niggas. They come from New York, move old New York State money, and then come to Georgia, old Georgia. I can understand why some people don't like people moving from New York, moving to Georgia. When I first moved in '96, I never acted a damn fool like that. Oh, my lunch is almost over in 1 minute. You know, you cursing, you owe the money, you didn't pay, you running from New York to Georgia. You know, then I said, well, your return was accepted last year. So where's your money? You know where your money went. I mean, it would be a trip. Hey, Romeo. Okay, Romeo. Gotta go, y'all. So, anywho, mm, I would say I'll keep this on the live, but I don't want to keep running. All right, I'll talk to y'all later. Tell you, but hopefully I'll come with more better news. But anyway, I'm gonna come back later tonight, and then I'm gonna share with y'all anybody interested in the discount with TurboTax. So they got a family friends discount. So if you were looking for a discount to save on TurboTax business, small business, I'll share that code with y'all later tonight. So talk to y'all later. Bye.